genocide, the gun violence in America, in all the
We have a
major
new poll
cities.
up, bro. We have a new poll.
Hillary, this gift is for you and all the other virgins.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love you.
I love you.
Whatever's happening, can you guys just stop?
Wait, what? Why do people think intent?
And we love Rachel and Jennifer.
Roger,
Erica.
she loves you too.
Why do you think intent? Intent is just the thought. It's not even the action. I mean, mass deaths.
It's followed by the action.
I get it. Thought, action. Outcome. Remain silent.
Intense is where you have sex when you're camping, right?
That was the first place for me. Is my nightly ritual a genocide? Billions of lost opportunities?
No, because only one of them may have possibly reached its goal, and yeah, no, you're good.
What's your nightly ritual, John?
Why?
What do you think it is? It's a positive vibration,
He does a
obviously.
lot of yoga.
It's a positive vibration.
His daily, nightly ritual is to bore people to death. So yes, it would be considered a genocide. In with the breath. Out with the breath.
When you get to either women or the Federal Reserve, you have talked and heard every topic that could ever possibly be talked about on this app.
Give us the breathing exercise, John.
Well, Christopher, maybe you could lead us in a breathing meditation.
That's not my scene.
So you're just always full of anxiety, huh?
That's why he flips up the cops.
That wasn't me, but I wouldn't be afraid to tell the cops to fuck themselves.
Way to bring it back full circle, nonetheless.
100%.
I mean, what kind of a young person goes up to cops and just says, hey, go fuck yourself? Like, what kind of piece of trash are you?
I don't think it makes you a piece of trash. It's protected speech.
Well, what I'm saying is it's projection. So, like, if you're going to call somebody a name, it's really just your self-confidence which is lacking. I mean, a sage, a wise person doesn't, gossip or say anything bad about anybody or do that kind of behavior. Like, are you trying to improve the world by example?
That's an ideal. That's an ideal.
Well, don't tell me, show me. And when you flick cops off, you're showing me.
those cops in your background to F off.
I know. What the they're ruining my recording over here. Could you go save that person's life in the South Side who's dying because there's no shot spotter and now we don't know how many shootings are actually happening and now you're claiming that the crime statistics are going down and there's less murders because you got rid of the shot spotter? I mean, come on.
It was a poor implementation of ShotSpotter, though.
Yeah, well, you can't lie and say less people are dying when they put out the shooting and the casualty report every weekend. The numbers aren't going down.
Hey, John, the numbers are down. I don't know what. I meant to say something earlier. You said crime is rampant in Chicago. That's just simply not true. You got spots where it happening, but like saying that crime is up or rampant, that we need the National Guard is I won't say disingenuous, but I just flat out lying.
Okay, let me get you the weekly shooting statistics. Please hold.
Ekema, he don't live in Chicago, so everybody be talking, but they ain't standing here with us. You feel me?
Damn, G. Let me get you those crime stats, Hekima. Please hold.
Yeah, he don't live in Chicago.
When the next wave of police cars and ambulances come driving by, I'll be sure to unmute so you can all hear the crime real time.
if the ShotSpotter implementation was poor, um, you map the occurrence of the shot to where you should distribute your police force, but over time, the machine learning reinforces the police posture, not necessarily where the occurrence of crime is going to happen, because they haven't been able to come up with a machine learning model that can predict where crime is going to occur. So ShotSpotter really just drives over policing of certain neighborhoods. That's what it does.
That's what it does. I'm lying in the street. I got a bullet in my heart. I'm bleeding all over the street. Somebody call 911. Oh, I dropped my cell phone. Oh, I wish ShotSpotter was here. Oh, it could save my life.
I don't think ShotSpotter saved anybody's lives, but that's good propaganda. Plus, you have to remember, like, it's hard to tell that when there's false positives, because there's only so much that you can do with acoustic technology. So, I mean, there's other things that create false
Christopher,
positives that aren't even gunshots, like a firework.
Christopher, let me ask you a question. What does the term restorative justice mean to you?
John, you should come into the city.
I should.
I'll give you my address.
You want me to come in the come?
Nah, come into the city and I'll give you my address. You can
Okay.
talk like that to my face.
Okay, if you give me your address, I'll come over to your house and ask you in the flesh, what does restorative justice mean to you?
John, you're funny.
Wait, does Christopher know John's backstory and history or no?
So Wednesday at the Rodin Library in Chicago on Northwest Highway, 3 Democrat commissioners will be holding an open public gathering to discuss restorative justice.
I have a question. Hey guys.
Hello.
Sorry. The person that says act, why do they do that? Are they making fun of black people that can't
Yeah,
speak proper English?
that's exactly what he's doing.
Okay, well, it's tiresome, but I'll leave.
Why'd you say tiresome?
Wait,
Tiresome.
before you leave,
My mom
Rachel.
was My mom was
Tiresome?
an English teacher before you start. Okay?
Rachel,
Oh,
before
is
you
it
leave
tiresome?
and cast
I said
aspersions.
tiresome. So I just wanted to know, and that's
Rachel,
the answer.
Rachel, you asked me a question. I'm gonna respond to what you asked.
It
Right,
is
well, it's
tar-
okay.
it is
It
tiresome,
sounds
though.
so ignorant from a politician, in my opinion.
Well, Rachel,
It's very tiresome.
Rachel, I'm just asking the question. Do you control your emotions or does your environment control your emotions? Thank you for considering
I
the
can't even
question.
get on
I
the
didn't hear the question because I can't get past the grammar.
I'm
Rachel,
asking
John can't even get on the ballot.
I'm asking you a stoic principle here. Do you control your emotions or does your environment control your emotions?
And like I said earlier, I can't hear the question because I'm trying to listen to the.
Okay, listen
pronunciation.
closely. I'm gonna ask the question
I'm not
again.
going to answer it.
Oh,
because
okay.
you won't
Got it.
interrupt my English.
Well, I needed to confirm you weren't gonna answer. I was gonna ask it again.
John can't get on the
It's
ballot.
tiresome. It's
John,
tiresome and
she's
boring.
coming up and correcting your grammar and your
Not
pronunciation.
at all.
When
I'm
she
just
says
saying.
tiresome, like a tar feather.
I said tire. I may have had something in my mouth, my retainer, sir. I know proper English. I'm not trying to correct. I'm just saying that we have a listening experience sometimes, and sometimes it's just overdone.
The rule of 3. It's funny. 3 times. Now either you have to go like 10 times to like really hammer it in, and then it becomes kind of funny again. But no, after 3, I agree with Rachel. You gotta chill for a minute.
No, I agree, but
No, it's okay.
every time
It's like
people
the
start
emojis, right? How Clubhouse limits us from, tinning one individual too many emojis. It's very similar along those lines because it's tired.
the first rule about
No, it's
Axe
hard.
Club
We're not
is
watching
do
it.
not
We're not
ask
watching
about
it.
Axe Club, otherwise people are gonna ask about Axe Club.
But we're not watching for emojis, but we're listening. We're doing other things, and we're just But carry on.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Rachel. If you were president of the United States, what would you do for your people?
For human beings, I don't know. I have to think about it for a second. I'm not going to be like everyone else and just spit out something. I'm going to have to think about that for a minute.
Well, take some deep breaths, let it go, and say, I am a
Take
flower.
deep breaths. Nothing's going on with me.
Just
I'm
breathe,
very relaxed.
breathe.
I just left
The
this.
quickest way to piss off any woman on the face of this
No,
planet
it
is tell that
still
woman
pisses
to
me off.
calm down.
Calm down. Just calm down and
It
breathe.
pisses me off. It's just, it's just my first interaction. I don't, I wasn't trying to be weird or rude, but your first interaction with someone shouldn't be the way that you're trying to treat me.
You've interacted with them multiple times.
And Rachel, he's not a real politician. He's a wannabe. He can't even get on the fucking ballot.
I'm running.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm running for the 16th district of Illinois. I'm praying to God that with a few donations from my clown house friends, we'll be able to hire enough organizers on the ground to get the signatures, to get on the ballot in the primary in March. And it's going to be because I've got this great hidden asset behind me, pushing me to the finish line. That's called Clown House. And I hope you all have a beautiful and happy, positive mojo vibration this beautiful Saturday night.
Whoever Cindy is can
Like,
kick
I am
my ass.
hardcore meditating on it, and I have manifested this for you. Therefore, it is going to happen. Period.
Wait, I have a question for the congressman. Congressman, so are you treating this? Because I honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know when you're being serious.
Maybe
when you're
I'm
joking,
trying to be
laugh,
funny.
when- No. This is a very serious question, sir. This is a very serious question. Are you treating this so-called political campaign like a social experiment, as you are doing with Clown House, aka Clubhouse? Is this part of a bigger project, like a social commentary about the
You'll
political
never know.
I think if you're ever to move up in the food chain or the power structure, you can't just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You got to kill 3 birds with 1 stone, 4 birds with 1 stone, 5 birds with 1 stone.
Can't keep 3 chickens, so you can just kill 2 birds and then get stoned.
He
I
can't
just
get on
want
the
to
ballot.
feed the birds.
I'm saying, what they ever do to you, man? Why's everybody trying to kill birds?
Wait, Christopher, I'd like you to expound on why he can't get.
He already explained that he can't raise the financial resources and get the signatures, so he's not going to make it in the primary. He's not going to get on the ballot for the primary.
That's what Obama told Donald Trump, and look where Donald Trump's at right now, Christopher.
Yeah, are
No,
we
I'm saying
speaking,
you already told us that you can't get on the ballot.
future tense or past tense? 'Cause
John, are you taking bets if you're going to get on the ballot or not?
No, I'm not taking any
Yeah, I'm down
bets.
to put in for the.
You guys can make some bets around it if you want. You feel free.
I already told you, I'm manifesting. I lit a candle and everything. So it's in the bag. That's like, take it to the bank.
You see, you can't lose. You can't lose when you got nothing to lose. It's the best part about my campaign. My campaign. I'm my campaign manager and the treasurer of the campaign-elect John Kitover. Go to johnforcongress.com. Uh-oh, more police sirens here in Chicago, everybody. Must have been another murder on a Saturday night. Call out the National Guard. How dare you? How dare you?
When's the deadline to get on the ballot?
He's insane. I love.
When's the deadline, Joe?
That's a good question. If it's in March, what do you think? Like
You may
February,
wanna look
maybe?
into that.
I know.
You know, I'd also like to know where I can find the actual ballots because I've been Googling that and I can't even find the ballots that I need to get filled out.
I think you're not running for real. You're just talking shit.
No, I'm running for real, but I'm having some campaign issues here because my campaign manager just got a divorce, unfortunately.
I think Mojo all be here.
Didn't you just say you didn't have one?
Yeah, he can't do any work for me anymore. He just got divorced. He's all bent out of shape. Well, Heckema, do you want the job? You want to be my campaign manager? I'd be willing to give you the job as the campaign manager.
No, you don't have enough money, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Christopher, do you want to be the campaign manager here that gets John for Congress?
For me being a campaign manager for a racist, crazy dude, that would cost a lot.
A racist, crazy
Yeah.
dude. You're
Okay.
projecting, sir. You are projecting.
Go get
I can't
Larry.
afford to be associated with John.
You know, Heckema, I want to say something
Hakeem,
personal.
You are a Morris Stein's Temple of American. So,
You know, Hekima, you may not believe this.
Racist person on this fucking app.
Hekima,
Especially, following your fucking pedophile fucking prophet and your death cult.
My prophet name is Noah Durali, and you don't know nothing about Morris.
It's also Muhammad, and your God.
You know, gentlemen, please, it's Saturday evening, gentlemen. Let's be gentlemen. Gentlemen. Gentlemen, please, gentlemen. Decorum, gentlemen. Decorum.
Wait, who said that?
Decorum, gentlemen. Hekima, you may not know this, Hekima, but I was... Messy, please.
Everyone mute up. Don't make me read the rules. Go look at the house rules. Reference rule number 5. Thank you.
Sean, go get Larry Rizzolano.
Larry Rizzolano? What about Dr. Vinny
said
Boom
Larry.
Bots?
I said Larry Rizzolano.
You know, Hekima, you may not know this about me, but I was baptized by a black preacher in the YMCA in Evanston. So if you think I'm a racist, but I would let a black man dip me under the water for an untold amount of time and then lay his hands upon me and give me the power of the Holy Spirit, Hekima, you may be projecting when you call John Kitover a racist, sir. You are no gentleman.
That is hilarious. You know you're racist.
Also, Nye, what?
You're such a projectionist, Hekima. After what I just said to you, you can't even consider what I just said.
What's that messy clown? What's that, Rich? What you say?
Are we using the classical definition of racism in the belief one's race is superior to another? Or are you using the power and all this kind of liberal shit?
No, I'm saying the fact that he doesn't.
No, wait, he's addressing me. Hold on.
He doesn't drop the N-word like...
Hakima, shut the fuck up.
That's what I was saying. No, Rich, I was just saying, I thought I heard you call out Hakima for being racist, and I said, I don't know, Rich. There's some rumors that you've been saying some, pretty racist things across social media, too, so...
Mojo stated this, and then I used the South Park joke and said, could you use that word? And then I was kicked from the room. That was it.
Well, no, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm not even going to bring it up because I'm going to follow the house rules, sir. I don't want to be kicked out of the house. So, it's not even that important. It's all good. I don't want no smoke with you, sir. It's all good.
Let's start a riot.
You know, during the March 2020 BLM riots in Chicago, the Walgreens near me was broken into, and looters were running in and out and raiding that pharmacy. And, as a local leader, I grabbed my cell phone and stood there and filmed them looting the Walgreens. And I was absolutely appalled at how people, when the country's down on their luck with a global pandemic, scamdemic, they would break into a Walgreens to steal all kinds of products out of the pharmacy. Shameful.
Hey, John,
We didn't need a plan to fix that. We were going to do that on Tuesday.
Hey, John, you probably would have been a part of the Boston Tea Party. So you don't know shit.
Hekima, if I don't...
Walgreens wasn't available. If they got Walgreens, where did you get your herpes cream from that night?
Hekima, if I don't know shit, how much do you know?
Ow.
I know enough to know you don't know shit.
I hurt for you, babe.
And by the way, Moose, I'm sorry to hear about your herpes infection, but it's definitely a projection.
Nah, you went to Eastern, right? Michigan.
No, I went to the very arts and liberal school, Columbia College in Chicago.
Okay, you're the wrong one then, sorry.
Yeah, there's a couple of knives on Clubhouse I'm discovering.
Well, they have to go. There can be only one. It confuses me. I have one. I love her. She's awesome. Then all the rest can go. Bye,
Yeah,
night.
please don't get the other knives confused with me. Please, Lord.
Tell you what, Hekima, maybe this is something we can agree on. Do you know who Slappy...
I must have triggered it too then. Hekima.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about Slappy White. I don't know if you know who Slappy White is, but he's a famous comedian, and he too ran for Congress.
I done triggered you and your fanboy over there.
Well, I thought we were going to go hang out on the boat tomorrow and have a cocktail.
Oh,
So I just
drop the location.
No drinking on the boat.
So I just read this poll, and I just want to say you hoes are disrespectful. Brother Hakima obviously should be at 100%. John, you just got here. Hakima has been around. Y'all are disloyal. That's all I have to say.
Wow, look at this. I can't believe I'm losing in the polls here.
What the hell is John? Isn't he just a character that showed up this week? How long have you been on the app?
5 glorious years of listening to the most interesting conversations.
Oh.
I didn't even see the poll. Wow, I'm winning in something. Wow, for now.
Yeah, I had to vote for Hakima just because we're from the same part of town. Kind of, sort of. We're both from the Shine, basically.
So I'm gonna.
John, I mean, I rocks with you, John, because I think you're funny as hell. But because of out of loyalty, I had to vote for Hakima. But John,
That's okay.
you would have gotten my vote. Christopher, I don't know Christopher. I know he's new to the room. I like that you stand. You stood on business with John. But yeah, Hakima, you got my vote, sir.
I refused to vote because there was no woman in there. So, yeah.
I can change my vote. I'll vote for
that.
So misogynist, right, Hillary?
I'm
Well, I'm
saying,
from Chicago. If I was on there, I would have just voted for me.
right? Why was I not on there? You got 9.
Edmund, who is this white man in your PTR?
That's me. I'm standing in front of an American flag, an Israeli flag that has a Freemasonic apron, a keffiyeh, and a Hindu garb, and I'm holding a book called the Book of the Law, and I'm wearing a Donald Trump MAGA hat and a black golf shirt with a peppered out beard.
That's a
Much
lot.
thought went into that pose.
So, Edmund, why aren't you out there, like, breeding or something? Like, why are you...
I'm going to Emerald Island tonight and the Serbian Fest to breed. What do you mean?
Okay, because you should have a woman. Like, it's important. The birth rate in the country has gotten low, so we need the whites to start reproducing.
I'm gonna help you out with that tonight because the Serbian Fest has some of the most beautiful women in Chicago you've ever been.
Go knock on doors, start campaigning, and then maybe you'll meet a woman when you're knocking on doors. Maybe she'll run away from her husband.
Are you projecting again, Moose?
I'm running for office.
Did
I
your
love that you said she'll leave her husband.
Did your wife leave you, Moose?
Wow. I'm sorry that happened to you, Moose. These people have no soul.
Sorry, man.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you.
You know.
Wait, and I laughed. Did that really happen to you, Moose? Your spouse ran away with a...
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are awful. Jesus.
Mother, you're awful.
Don't ever share intimate things on this app, y'all. Red one.
I was about to say, don't step on this particular stage if you can't take me.
I'm crazy.
Mother.
Stupid.
Mother, when was the last time a man broke your heart?
Oh, I usually do the break-in.
So you're a heartbreaker? You're not a heartbroken? I thought you're a heartbroken kind of guy.
That's not the kind of break-in I'm doing, but sure. Wait, I thought Mother was a homosexual. So, no, but jokes aside, I actually have never been broken up. I've always been the person Adam.
Does that make you an alpha, Mother?
That sound like Adam's.
What does that have to do with being an
No,
alpha?
you have like that gay sin, that gay flexion.
Stop hitting on my friend Mother, okay? Seriously.
Yeah.
Nessie, that's homophobic, man, and that's bigotry, and that violates rule number 6.
I mean, I don't think that's accurate, but whatever.
So,
Don't worry, Mother, we've got your back.
Mother, what's your last name?
Oh, yeah, good.
Superior.
Modern man, that's all it is.
I was gonna say, like, there's certain straight men on this app that have, like, Pepe has a high pitch. He's like, yeah, my name is Pepe. That's not Pepe, it's not.
Do it again?
Please don't.
Yeah, it is like the high pitch.
So,
with my votes.
this is a question for Christopher, Moose, and Mother. Who do you think is the most liberal out of the three of you?
Christopher, Chris, and Mother? But I don't know Chris.
Chris, Mother, and Moose. Who do you think is the bigger liberal
Oh,
out of the
definitely
three?
Moose. I'm actually not that liberal, to be honest. I consider myself moderate
right.
Moderate right. Moderate right.
He's only liberal when he's breaking up with them.
If I wasn't a faggot, I'm pretty sure I'd be a full-blown like far left Republican. But the homosexuality pulls me towards the center a little bit.
So wait, Moose, are you gay?
Unintended.
Moose, do you think you're more liberal than Christopher?
My attorney has advised me not to answer that.
Christopher,
I don't really know Christopher super well. So Christopher, what is Christopher's like positions? Like, is he on the far left?
he's a far left anarchist.
Oh.
So I don't really.
Okay, let's go down the list. All right, how do you feel about abortion?
I'd guess libertarian.
How do you feel about immigration? Let's go to the big five: immigration, abortion, taxes, Trump. Big four. I'm missing one.
You can't pin down Christopher. He can't get
All right,
pinned down.
I'll answer my own questions, right? I believe in strict borders and I'm pro mass deportations. I fucking hate Donald Trump. I think he's a racist piece of shit. Taxes, I believe in low taxes. What was the other one I asked about? Oh, abortion. No, I don't give a fuck. Killing babies. That's not my problem. You do what you want with your body.
Do you think instead of discarding the baby parts and storing them in oil barrels or burying them, that they should be fed to alligators, and so we don't waste any of the baby parts as nutritional supplements?
Okay, that was I was a little bit graphic how I explained it, but here's my view. I'm anti-abortion, but it's not really my main issue because I'm a fag, right? I don't want to have this problem. I'm not going to get an abortion. I'm not going to get any woman pregnant. Nothing. It's not really my number one voting topic, so that's how it's better to describe it.
Wait, Congressman, aren't they already using the discarded baby parts in stem cell research and adrenochrome?
No, according to Grok, they are not selling baby parts, and those Project Veritas videos are all doctored and fake news, according to AI chatbots.
Wait, Chris, now it's your turn. What are your views?
It's too simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we rest our case that Chris here has failed to deliver on his promises. Can't even give you a basic explanation of his fundamental principles. Who here thinks that borrowing and spending more is a good idea? Who thinks increasing property taxes and income taxes is a good idea?
Not many here, but the president, the U.S. Senate, and the Congress all agree with it.
And you can't, the which party is worse with the budget argument falls flat because both of them suck for the most part. And honestly, Democrats tend to do better at the federal government level with deficits than Republicans do. Like, this fucking big beautiful bill is going to blow up the deficit by $4 trillion. Like, I don't know, we can't really be like, Democrats are financially irresponsible. We're about to blow up the deficit ourselves. I think it's a little silly.
Well, too bad Christopher left the room because I'm sure he could have educated us about the importance of flicking off cops and telling them to go fuck themselves.
That's America. That's the American way. Fuck themselves. They only have a job. Fuck them. They don't like it, find another job.
I'm just going to say, shout out to the Miami Police Department. They do an excellent job. I think they do great.
Well, look at
Also, my friend was a cop in Chicago, and he got shot 7 times in responding to a call on the South Side. So, cops generally have a soft place in my heart.
Exactly. People like Hekima, I can't believe that they would say things like that about these warriors of our society who are battling the criminal element, the ruthless gangs that are robbing, murdering, stealing, killing, distributing fentanyl, destroying our population.
Come visit Houston for 5 minutes. Seriously, just like drive from one side of town to the other side of town and tell me if you still have any respect for police after that. I've always had respect for police until I moved to the city and needed the police, and never there. Now, if you commit a crime and it's you, you'll always be there. But no, I'm kidding. Like literally, you can do a drive-by or walk-by in the city society, and like nobody cares. My car, I got carjacked. They were so irritated at me that I called the police and had them come down to do a report. I was carjacked at gunpoint, and they were so pissed off at me because I didn't go to the website. There's a goddamn website because there is so much carjacking that they don't even want to deal with it. It's like just fill out a piece of paper on the left. That's it. That's all I gotta do.
So I called them. I filed a police complaint against my neighbor. The police department sent 2 officers to knock on their door. Like, I don't know if maybe Miami Police was too many of them with free time, but they actually do a pretty decent job.
The most hypocritical shit is when the regular citizens get shot, they gonna go through the motion. When the police get shot, they shut down the fucking city. And so this motherfucker life means more than everybody else. Like you got shot in Atlanta. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's part of your job. I mean,
Part of your job.
They should get the same penalties that every fucking body that's shot. You want to shut down the fucking city for the police, shut it down for anybody else.
If you don't agree with Heckema, change your vote now to John Kitover, your favorite person from Chicago on Clownhouse. If you don't agree with fuck the police, murder the police, it's part of your job, fuck them. Vote for John now. Who here is going to vote for anarchist Heckema versus Republican John Kitover?
I might have to change my vote, bro.
It's too late. You can't change it once you vote.
Hey, go with your heart, man. Go with your heart.
Look at the silver lining. You only got 32% of the vote, but that's 32% more than you'd get in the congressional run. Oh, look at that, 38.
You know, if you are a prophet or you can predict the future, I'm praying to Hashem Rabbana Shalom right now, this beautiful Shavua Tov, that we can reverse the spell you just cast with a victory. An anarchist who'd like to see the police shot and unfunded and
That's not what he
disbanded.
said. Don't twist his words. He doesn't say anything.
Heckema, should we fund the police with more money or should we defund the police?
Let's spend the money in the right place.
All right, well, that's a smart answer. So, do you think spending, $10,000 a year on the average Medicare, Medicaid recipient, do you think that person receiving that money from the federal government in the form of doctor services, hospital services, do you think they might want to opt out and say, you know what, just send me the money, $10,000 a year? I'll take the $10K versus getting the Medicare, Medicaid. How many people on the rolls of Medicare, Medicaid do you think would opt out and just ask for the check?
I mean, medical expenses, everyone pretty much knows that they basically pile up in the last 10 to 15 years of your life. So without looking at the data, I would assume that these are elderly people who are getting most of these payouts that you're talking about, that it's distorting the number out. You're not expecting 30-year-olds to be getting these type of payments unless something is medically wrong with them, which is not likely compared to an older population. So I don't know what they're getting these payments for, but if it's healthcare related.
No, I'm saying Medicare, Medicaid at $2 trillion a year. That if at $10,000 per person, people would opt out and just rather have the fucking have a check instead of saying I get to go to the hospital to see my doctor. A lot of people would rather just have the money.
I don't know. Maybe not people with chronic illness, because 10,000 can go pretty fast, and then you're still stuck with medical bills.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, it's a real survey question.
Maybe.
I mean, $10,000 doesn't go as far as it used to. It really can go relatively quickly. I agree with NY.
I'm just
That's 4 or 5 doctor's visits a year. You're around a couple thousand already.
Well, new payers would definitely want to opt out.
59% of Americans can't afford $1,000.
There you go. So probably half the people on Medicare, Medicaid would rather to stop receive services from the state, and they would rather just get the check direct from the federal government. I'm just saying it's wealth redistribution, but it's not to you. It's to your doctor or your local health insurance provider or the hospital group or big pharma. A lot of people would rather have that federal funding sent to them directly. Is there an opt-out button here?
You can essentially have that argument for everything. People would want to opt out of the military, opt out of sending weapons to Israel, opt out. That's not how the federal government budget works.
Well, they're getting rid of Social Security. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary and head of the IRS, they've already allowed, and they are forcing newborn children to get involved in the S&P 500 through an index share purchased on behalf of the federal government for your new baby. And guess what? That's the back door to getting them out of the vicious cycle of the scam Ponzi scheme known as Social Security.
Nobody trusts the federal government to appropriately control these funds that they're supposedly setting aside. Isn't that how we got into the same fucking problem right now? We expect the federal government is magically going to become fiscally responsible with this new program that they're rolling out. They're going to use that money as a piggy bank at some point down the road, whenever the fuck they need it.
You know how crazy it is? Somebody said, what was it, 51 or 59%, you said? Of Americans have $1,000 less.
59. I think he said 59.
Forbes has it 28%, 70% in other studies. There's another study that has 57%, and another one has 21%, and another has 59%. There's 40%. All are just so all over the place.
Are those numbers medical emergency or emergency in general?
Just emergency $1,000 fund. The savings, all of them. Yeah, I asked how many Americans have $1,000 in savings. So 21 to 70%.
So you're so rich then.
Well, Cardinal Health, Aetna, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, United Healthcare, they got a profit margin to maintain, and they're the middleman coming in between you and exceptional quality and care at your local medical family practitioner's office. Let me ask the room a question. Do you think a physical therapist can provide better health outcomes or a vaccinologist pediatrician?
I say we all pray about it, and then it'll all go away.
You want to pray the vax away?
I want to pray it all away. Everything, all of it. I hear that's how it works.
Who here experienced incredible health benefits from getting the COVID-19 vaccine and boosters?
I keep it in.
I guarantee you took the shot, not just.
I never took any of those fucking shots. I've never had a flu shot in my life. Not as an adult, maybe as a kid. My parents.
Yeah, I didn't take the shots. The juice straight up.
Why the fuck would I take a flu shot? I get sick once every 3 years, and I get them all fucking cold.
Listen.
So I declined from side, so I got both flu shots, and I'm still
Like
alive.
polio, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, mother.
But the kids never got polio.
You know.
I didn't. We were not talking about polio. We're talking about flu.
Do you know why they did the why they did the COVID-19 vaccine cards on paper? I figured this one out the other day. My friend forged my COVID-19 paperwork so I could get into Wrigley Field to see a Cubs game or to see a concert. Do you know why they put it on paper as opposed to creating an actual digital database?
Why?
Because they didn't want tracking because of all the adverse effects. That would actually give you the data.
No, the government made the vaccine manufacturers exempt. That logic doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. Imagine if they were able to do what's called statistics. I'm sure some of you took a statistics class in college, figured out standard deviation. I'm pretty sure if there were adverse effects and you actually had a large data set, it could be what they call helpful in figuring out whether or not the clot shot was a positive health benefit or what's called a negative health benefit.
It doesn't matter whether it was positive or negative. They're not going to get sued because they're protected by the federal government. They passed some legislation about it.
I'm just saying, inquiring minds like big data. You know, maybe you've heard of data sciences. It's supposedly pretty important, like forensic accounting, to figure out where all the waste, fraud, and abuse is.
That's not really what you use forensic accounting for, but that's fine. Usually government entities have a pretty straightforward annual budgetary process that's usually publicized to the public. You don't really need a forensic accountant to do that, but anyway.
Hey, John, how are you anti-vax, particularly COVID vax, but you support Trump, who created it?
It's George Bush. I saw the leaked documents about how Operation Warp Speed was actually developed under the Bush administration. Uh-oh, it's another. The police are here.
Okay, but Trump is taking credit for it. So like forget all this.
Oh, I know. I
Extra
saw
stuff
that.
with Mexico.
People are very upset
So,
about
so,
what
so,
he said.
so how do you support Trump and he's taking credit for creating the vaccine? I'm clueless on
Well,
that.
how do you support Bill Gates? How do you support Fauci? How do you support any of these people?
I don't support none of them. Not one of them. Not one of them.
Well, I say arrest Fauci and arrest Bill Gates and arrest Mark Zuckerberg.
You got to address
Wait,
Trump too.
you supported Biden and Harris, and they both fucking support fucking Fauci.
I didn't vote for Biden. What are you talking about?
You love fucking Harris and Biden.
I wouldn't dare vote for Biden. If Biden would
You like Harris, and Harris is coming from the same cloth.
If Biden would have stayed on the ticket, I would have voted for probably Norm. They're normal probably. But I wouldn't have voted for Biden.
Yo, Huckaba, what do you think were the greatest three things about fucking, what's the dumb bitch, man, I just said her name, fuck, Trump, Harris.
I have nothing. I won't answer that question, but you calling her out a name like that for no reason.
What, that Harris is the dumb fuck?
Donald Trump is the dumb bitch if you want to call him that. Not common.
Another classic example of projection by Hakima. I wanted to point out that somebody in the chat wrote, John Kitover has dozens of phones and has them recording a lot of clown house rooms like a weirdo. Go to youtube.com/John Kitover.
And first off, it's not dozens. He's got at least 30. Okay, give him credit where credit is due.
He has 50.
50, easy.
I'm saying.
Yeah, Edmund is the prime
Dozens.
example of
Amateurs.
becoming desensitized to crazy on this app, because I remember everybody used to give a hoopla about it. Now, like, nobody gives a fuck. Whatever he wants to stream to YouTube, what? I don't give a fuck.
I'm normalizing my behavior by normalizing my
But it
behavior.
does. I do think you're unstable because it's fucking weird. But I mean, I just don't care enough to make a big
Are you
deal
serious?
about
Unstable? Do you know how consistent I am at doing this? This is a lot of work and no one else is doing this valuable research and service. I am literally giving you the best stuff, Clown House. I'm giving you an inside look from my perspective from YouTube so you can find out all the content that you're missing out on here on this dopamine addict app known as Clown House.
it. You mean that you're aware podcasts exist? Like, people know that podcasts exist. Like, this is pretty much just like a ghetto version of a podcast on Spotify.
What I don't understand is...
Do you have an issue with him recording terrorist rooms like Amir's?
Well, before we go down that route, what I don't understand is if I literally just record what I'm doing on Clown House, which is having a conversation with you or listening to you have a conversation, why is that any different than even being on Clown House? It's the same stupid shit. That's what my point is. I'm just recording the same stupid shit that you're talking about. It's totally a waste of time. I agree with you.
They're literally recording it with their minds, through their hearing.
It's just people object because they don't want this living on other platforms. But, I don't understand why you want this, waste of time to be in your life to begin with. So I consider myself a psychological researcher into, human behavior and human thought processes.
Oh, Nicolation slept.
Well, I think you're a wild character. I mean, I've described you in this room previously as a cross between Rain Man and a Black Mirror episode. I don't know, for some odd reason, I'm a fan of John. I think you're insane. But I also think you are quite possibly a mad genius because of this social experiment you're conducting that we're all willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly a part of. I almost feel honored to be slightly part
Well, you might want to consider changing that vote. Go ahead, NY. You can change that vote to John K. from Heckema.
I tell you, him start dropping the N-word certain things. Like he will do it.
Oh, yeah, that's
No,
right.
I do not, Heckema. I do not say the N-word. I literally say N-word, but never the N-word. Come on now.
I know.
Yeah, he never uses the N-word. I've never heard John use
You are full of shit, Hekima. You are full of
You're a
shit.
fucking liar, Hekima.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You're doing the fucking Adam shit where you just lie trying to fucking discredit somebody.
Yeah, I never lied on this.
Listen, Hekima, do you even use...
This is the equivalent of Adam saying, "Oh, this motherfucker was in my back channel trying to get at my booty hole and clap my cheeks." Like, nobody fucking believes.
Hekima, I don't even use profanity.
I've heard John say the N-word like 100 times.
I very rarely use profanity.
Never one time.
Very rarely do I use profanity.
Adams, not too much on Adams.
I bet Mojo heard it before. I bet
Mojo, have you ever heard me say the N-word?
Roger, have you ever heard him say the N-word? Roger Smith. Yes.
Nope, and you haven't. No, I will give $100,000 to anyone here who can produce a video of me saying the N-word.
Wait, don't you have all your fucking audio already recorded?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I live stream myself on the internet all day long. So maybe if you want to go back and try to find the N-word moment, maybe you could be right. But I don't think you're right. But you might have to go back 100,000 hours to find out the truth.
That's really easy. All you got to do is cut and paste the links into Notebook LM, and then put the keyword that you're searching for, and it'll come back and it'll tell you if it was there or not.
That's like telling the police to investigate themselves. That's the same thing.
I'm willing to bet.
I love that Christy in the chat room. Christy, I'm laughing so hard over here. Christy wrote, "This app has to be in the late stages of dying."
We're a zombie at this point. It has been killed, it has been stomped, it has been resuscitated, and brought back, killed again, and now it's just looking for brains. Unfortunately,
all right. I want to pose a question to the room. Everybody that's in the room, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard John Kitover say the actual N-word, not just N-word, and put a 2 in the chat if you say that he's never said it.
Now again, the real N-word.
He said that he's never said it. I could say that I've never heard him say it, but I can't say if he's never said it his entire existence.
Exactly.
No, we're just talking about on the app. We're saying that.
I have a feeling you probably said it simply because, wasn't it like a couple days ago or a week ago you were complaining about DEI and some epiphany you had working with black women and you had a...
Hey, ask JB tomorrow. We in the room with JB. JB is there. He heard it.
You are so full of shit, Hekima.
JB, hold on, Hakima, you're violating the rules. You're bringing in drama from other rooms.
I didn't bring. I said ask.
Yes, you did. You said to bring in JB from another room. Hey, I'm not a moderator.
Well, listen, I do live stream myself.
Hakima's trying to bring forth drama from another room.
Hakima, I live stream myself.
Violation of the rule.
Hakima, the fact that I live stream myself, the fact that I live stream everything I say in here on this app, there is no way that I'm going to sit here and use the hard R N word. It's just a fact, Hakima.
So what about with the A? You never said with the A?
Saying axe all the time? That's not saying the N word.
Okay. Thank you for admitting that you said it. Thank you.
What is
no, I never said it, and I don't say it. And I will repeat for you. I live stream everything I say and everything I hear on here. If you think I said a hard R N word, I encourage you to go back through all my videos and try to find somewhere where I say hard RN. I never do. And again, I live stream everything I say in here.
How to look for it.
I wouldn't dare go through your videos.
Hillary's already...
Well, then you're making a baseless accusation that I used the hard RN word. It's just not true.
Hillary has already explained how to actually search and find it really quickly.
I get no satisfaction, nor do I like hearing people use the hard RN word on here and use profanity and vulgarity, because I do record a lot of stuff, and I'd like the recordings that I make to be a little more professional than people who want to use vulgarity, racism, and profanity. It's outrageous, and it's low IQ.
I think the worst word I've ever heard John say is "this is fucking clown house." Where's fucking great?
He's literally admitting to saying it without the ER, with the A. Literally saying he said it with the A.
No, not really.
He doesn't even use it as a pejorative towards somebody. He's just saying the clown house is fucking crazy.
Okay. I ain't talking about clowns. I'm talking about devils, man. I don't.
No, it does not give me dopamine shock jock value to say the soft A or the hard R, but I have made many jokes about the N word being a word you cannot use.
You know,
Okay, can we all?
it was so prevalent, John. You know, Hakeem would just call Mike and he'd be like, "Oh, well, there was this one situation." He would like explain when you actually said it, but he can't.
No, I think Hekima is projecting here, and he uses the N word all the time. How many times a year do you think you use the N word, Hekima?
0.
Really? I have heard you use the N word many times.
No, you never heard that.
I have. I have you on recording using the N word all the time.
Pull it up.
Okay, please hold. Okay, May 17th, 2025, you used the hard R N word 6 times in less than 3 minutes. June 17th, 2025, you used the hard R N word 18 times in less than 6 minutes. And you used the soft ah version of the N word variant 7 times. July 4th, 2025. On Independence Day, you used the hard R N word. You see, Hekima, we can both play that game, but I got the records. I got Motown now, and the Clubhouse soundtrack records are mine. You can't claim copyright ownership of these beautiful babies. This Clown House record is going super platinum, gold, and silver. Thank you, Dr. Hekima.
Somebody in the chat said this is a racist room. Actually, it's not. We're just fun.
Yeah, Jazz.
No, it is. We make fun of a certain race, the human race, constantly.
Jazzy is the most racist person on this app.
There's definitely 2 races on the stage, but
You're projecting.
How I believe that one race is superior of another race. I mean, maybe you're using this fucking liberal progressive, version where you're like, oh, well, white people, black people can't be racist because they don't hold power in society. I mean, maybe you're using that to like define us as racist. But like the ideal of the classical definition that one person believes that a race is superior and another race is inferior, I can attest that I don't think John or I, either of us fucking believe
Well,
that.
Hekima, is it?
Okay, so let me ask something. So if you call black people, if you're not black, and you call a black person any variation of the N-word, whether it's the ER
No,
or
it's
the
not
ending,
racist.
is that racist?
No, I just told you the classical definition that a person would have to believe that one race is superior and or inferior.
Okay, well, never mind the classical definition. What about the Clubhouse definition?
Oh, I don't believe in the Clubhouse or the liberal progressive. All black people don't. They can't be racist. All that kind of shit.
Not
Like,
even if you
can go. Hold on. You guys can all go into the Chillism room and listen to fucking Lion's Eye talking about how blacks, which he calls our Hebrew Israelite, are superior in every which way, and that white people are demons and dogs. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hakima is right. Hakima is right because he did the same thing, and I'm guilty of it. There are people on this app who do that. That's what I should have said.
Hakima.
And those people who are black who do that are racist because they believe that whites are inferior.
Hakima, let me ask you this question. When the mayor of Chicago, 1997, a heat wave that killed 700 people in Chicago, he claims that is a racist event, that white struggle, racism, and supremacy is responsible for a heat wave. Do you think that type of rhetoric is actually reverse racism?
I would have to have more context of what he said. I don't think he just made it up.
Well, he says that housing in Chicago doesn't have central air, so you have to have a window unit like I do in my shitty asshole apartment. So what I'm asking is, when he claims that white people and white supremacy is guilty for a heat wave killing 700 people in 1997, to me that stinks of bigotry and reverse racism and politicking.
What Trump said on TV the other day that Soleimani was responsible for 92% of the deaths and injury in Iraq. So I guess politicians lie. That would be
Well, how do you know what
Because he taught
Soleimani
everybody
did?
how to build fucking IEDs. And the majority of deaths in Iraq were due to IEDs. What are you talking about?
Well, I asked Grok how many people.
If I teach everybody on the stage how to build an IED and you go use it, then I would be responsible for that.
Well, how do you?
Yeah, if you have no idea how to build an IED and I set you down and train you how to build an IED, and you build 1,000 IEDs and blow up fucking U.S. soldiers, then I'm responsible. How's that not making sense?
They're crediting with 500 deaths. 500 deaths.
Yeah, train dozens, if not hundreds, of fucking people to build IEDs.
So wait, do you think Trump killed Soleimani because he's a racist?
Who said that? That's dumb shit.
Well, we're talking about racism here, and you're bringing up how Trump assassinated Soleimani in a rocket strike because he's responsible for all these IE deaths in Afghanistan.
I said nothing about his death. I brought up how politicians lie. What I brought.
It wasn't a lie.
It was.
Well, did Obama lie when he said they dumped the body of Bin Laden off the back of an aircraft carrier into the ocean? Is Obama a liar?
John, do you think if out of Hitler, trained the Third Reich and all the military and shit like that, it ran and orchestrated the entire fucking Nazi party, do you think he's responsible for the death of 77 million people globally? Or do you think it's just every individual is responsible for those individual deaths? No, it's the person who fucking led them into fucking battle.
Well, it's millions of Germans are responsible for the Holocaust.
Yeah, Soleimani trains fucking people how to build IEDs, and you're like, he's not responsible for the deaths. When they then turn around and use IEDs to blow up fucking...
Well, I don't know what Soleimani did and didn't do with regards to those IEDs.
He was one of the greatest fucking IED builders and trained fucking, tons of people how to build IEDs. That's his, like...
Okay, is an IED like a landmine? I'm trying to follow the conversation.
Improvised explosive device.